Hello and welcome. This is Don Cryptonium, absolutely the greatest crypto that is out there. And today I have victorious subject for you and a great piece of education. Today we are going to discuss bridges. What are bridges? How they work? Why they are getting exploited? And can we prevent that? So if you like this type of content and if you want to support Don Cryptonium, you can do it by simply liking this video. Yes, smash the like button, comment on this video, share your opinion, share this video, and let's start right now. Sadly, the context that we keep hearing about the bridges is rather negative. It's the huge exploits. And this is the fact. The most money that was drained out in crypto was in the bridge exploits, and probably mainly it was North Korean hackers known as the Lazarus Group. So how these exploits happen and why the bridges are target? To understand that, we need to understand how the bridges are built. Many people would see the bridge as the kind of connection from one blockchain to other blockchains. So let's give you example, Ethereum to Solana, Polygon, or maybe Cosmos. You would understand that the token from one side is using bridge to be migrated on the other side. And this is simply not true. This is simply not how the bridge works. So imagine Ethereum and the ETH token, which is native token on Ethereum, and let's say you want to bridge it to the other ecosystem, Solana, Polygon, Cosmos, whatever. The only way you could do it, you can't move this native token to the other blockchain natively with current bridge development and with the current ecosystem. What you have to do, you take the Ethereum token, you wrap it in the smart contract, so it's locked down, and the bridge issue you a new token. This is not the same token that on Ethereum. So the Ethereum that you use on Solana, Polygon, or Cosmos, this is not the same token as on Ethereum. This is the representation on the token that is locked on Ethereum in this bridge. So you see where is the problem. The new token is not the native token. If someone can exploit the pool with the native tokens, your new representation of the tokens becomes worthless because you cannot redeem it to your original ETH tokens. The Ethereum co-founder Vitalik said that when you use the tokens, you should mainly use them on the native networks. You will never have the same confidence, flexibility, and security using representation of one token on the other network. So is there a solution to that? Watch this video till the very end because there might be one solution. Let's have a look why bridges are getting exploited and how they are getting exploited. Can we improve that? When you look at the bridges exploits, there is usually thing in common. There is human factor or mistake in the smart contract. So there is few examples, of course. Wormhole 375 million in 2022. We have Ronin Bridge, over 600 million stolen. So let's have a look at the few of the bridges and how they got exposed. So there was Harmony Bridge. It was a while back, and it was exploited for $100 million. So it was due to compromised multi-sig scheme. So the problem with bridges, they are quite often centralized. What is multi-sig? It means there is a group of few people, trusted individuals that control the security of the bridge. Imagine you have 5 people and the signature of majority would be required to exploit it. The hackers might work very hard to compromise maybe 3 multi-sig wallets. And once they get control of that, well, you know what happened. The bridge getting exposed. So relying on the multi-sig, it's not really secure. The multi-sig can try to do it. And why would they rely on multi-sig? A lot of these bridges operate as the companies, and the companies wouldn't allow other form of security than multi-sig or maybe creating the smart contract that works by itself. We have some other examples. So the largest was Ronin Bridge, and this actually relied on the validators, but well, that was very small validator set. So what happened here, the Lazarus group, which is connected to North Korea, gained access to 5 of the 9 private keys held by transaction validators for the running network. So you can see there was 9 validators securing this running bridge network, I believe. So they had to get control of the majority. And they did. Well, it seems the small group of people, again, is the massive problem when it comes to exploitation of the bridges. And then we have final wormhole, we have the Nomad bridge. Another factor is when the bridges are essentially smart contracts, we can say that code is code, code is law. Maybe code could be secure, but it's not always secure. When we build the smart contract, you must assume that there could be mistake. And when there is some mistake in the smart contract, the hackers can find about this and use it. And with that, the funds that are locked in this smart contract will be exploited. So in case of wormhole, as you can see, this was smart contract vulnerabilities. Sorry, I cannot really pronounce it well. And this costed close to $400 million. And the same happened with the Nomad bridge. I believe someone found the issue with the Nomad bridge. So you have the example. The original cause of attack was the Nomad smart contract failed to properly validate the input of the transaction. What's unique about this attack that thousands of addresses looted Nomad accounts. So this probably wasn't hacker. Maybe there was one hacker, but he knew he can't do as much. So this was exposed and a lot of accounts started draining that because the smart contract had mistake and it allowed for the exploitation. So what happened, it appears they were able to copy paste the attacker's original call data, adding their own address. If you want to understand how it was possible, there is this subject. You can easily Google that. So there was an attacker exploiting that, and once the others saw that, they copied the attacker's original call data, put in their own address, and that's it. So the question is, can we actually make secure bridges? To be honest, it will be very difficult. So there is few bridges in the cosmos. I will refer to them. I don't know many other bridges, but there maybe are other bridges that use this system. And this is not praise of Gravity Bridge because it cannot be fully secure, but they use the largest set of the validators. So there's over 100 validators securing the network. And obviously, the more decentralized system you have, the more difficult is to exploit the network, right? So in the Tendermint consensus, you need 67% to actually get control over the network. And if you look at the mint scan, to do it, you would have to compromise over 20 top validators, and to hold the network, it would be much less. You would have to compromise just 7 of the validators, but of course, that would be just a halt. So maybe the large set of validators make it more secure. What is danger? Because there is always some danger with the set of validators. You see, if someone buy out this 67% of the voting power, they could compromise the bridge. It would be probably difficult to do, but it's possible if the liquidity is huge. With the low liquidity, the cost of compromising would be very high. So let me give you an example. Imagine there is $1 billion locked in the bridge. But if the bridge is the chain, it might be secured maybe by only $2 million value. That attacker look at the bridge and says, hey, there's $1 billion. If I can compromise this $2 million chain, which means if I can get majority that is required for compromising the chain, I can take 1 billion. So if they calculate that buying this power or getting control will cost them 100, 200 or 300 millions, this is still a great deal for them to take $1 billion that is locked up in the bridge. So the liquidity is really important factor here, and those validator bridges always have to pay attention. If it's possible to take attack, you always have to pay attention to economic performance of the bridge. If it's too low, maybe it would be difficult to get attacked, but if there is no liquidity, this attack could not be perform. So I promised you solution, and I will speak about this more. Solution is IBC, which stands for Inter-Blockchain Communication, is the piece of software developed within Cosmos ecosystem. It allows you for seamless movement of the native assets between the chains, and these are native assets. So the example, you can move Atom, which is native asset of Cosmos, to Osmosis, Stargaze, Juno, or any other blockchain without the risk of bridging. The result? Imagine Ethereum would connect IBC client. Then you can move ETH natively to any other chain that is IBC connected without the bridging risks. So we'll see what the future holds. Remember, like this video, share it. Till the next time.